not a game, it's a rich thing.
Good morning YouTube and welcome to Beaman ToysTV. So, what have we here today? This is basically the current release of Ragnarok series of figures from Hot Toys. So, as far as Hot Toys is concerned, there's 5 confirmed figures which is released under the Ragnarok series. And what I have here is the current release available. Stanley is confirmed, but it's actually not released yet. And then the other one which people are speculating is basically the Valkyrie, which is also not confirmed yet. So if those two are, if Valkyrie is confirmed, basically there will be 6. I have actually locked myself figures. I've actually booked a PO on the Stanley already. So if Valkyrie is out, I will be booking one as well. So having to say so, if the whole complete set of Ragnarok is available, it will be 6. But for now, there's only this 4, and it's a full complete set as of current state is concerned. As far as the value of these few figures, right, at the moment it's considered one of the highest in the market. Not highest, I would say relatively good pricing in the secondary market. If you look at the current figures like the Mark 7 release or the War Machine latest release, all those figures, the price is actually dropping, especially because of the COVID situations, the economical situation in the countries. Most of the price in the secondary market actually decreased. And if you look at all these available over here, right, these are the only units where the current selling price in the secondary markets is still relatively above the PO price or the standard SRP price. And why is that so? Let's have a look at it. So, which one should I go to first? Let me see. Of course, perhaps I put this one by the side. I put this one at the side. This is Loki, I put at the side. Number 1, Hela. So, what do we have here for Hela? So, Hela is considered one of the most facial-alike figures from Hot Toys in terms of a female character is concerned. If you look at the others, right, on Marvel alone, I'm not referring to outside Marvel series. If you're looking at outside Marvel series, Princess Leia is actually quite good. If you are looking at outside Marvel series, you have Harley Quinn, which is quite good. But if you are looking at only within the Marvel series, right, there's not a lot of options. But Hela is considered one of the good ones. So I'll be showing you guys in a while how it looks like, how she looks like, and then let's see. This is basically the box itself. You have the Hela figures in the front, the pictures in the front, and then this is how it looks like from the side and from the back and at the side. So the feelings of this Ragnarok, right? The background is more towards like a space concept of backgrounds. The same goes to the other figures. So in terms of every series that Hot Toys created, right, there will always be a themes. So this is like a space themes with the characters at the front end, and the background is the space pictures. So this is basically Hela. Next, Loki. For those who miss the first version of Loki, and that version is kind of like a lot of demand because of the limited supply. This is actually an option to it. I mean, this is a more handsome version compared to the first one. In terms of accessory, you don't really have a lot of accessory that come together with this guy. But yeah, this Loki is actually one of my favorite Loki around. So same things, the space background, different colorations, and the Loki's pictures in the front. the same concept goes on the box itself. Okay. Okay, next we have over here is Thor, and then this Thor is I feel like one of the Thor which gives us the most accessory as compared to the other Thors released in the markets. Currently, if you look at it, this is the only Thor with helmets, with different kind of weapons, even with Diabolos, which is actually attached to it. You can actually put it at the back, you can put it in the front, as however you like it. So this is how it looks like, the box itself. And this is the side. The same concept applies to all the Ragnarok series. Thor, Ragnarok. So after this is the last but not least, the Hawk. Okay, Hawk characters, right, actually evolve. If you look at the Hawk character from day one until the Hawk from Endgame, you can see that the Hawk is actually evolving. It's like the initial Hawk which is born is a strong green color baby, which mentality babies, babies don't think so much. So when it evolves, it's like Hawks start to grow up, start to become children, start to become teenagers. So the evolvement of Hawk, right, start as an early baby to this teenage stage in terms of the mentality is concerned, right? It's actually displayed well in the movies, from Hawks to Avengers, to Endgames. It's actually displayed well. Not only that, it's also displayed pretty well in terms of how the figures is created in Hot Toys as well. So I have basically all the Hawks beside one. So what happened is I have the one which is the cleanest one from the Avenger. I have one from this Ragnarok. I feel that these two Hawk, right, basically already show a very distinct characteristic in terms of the mentality thinkings of the Hawk itself. And then the last one that I've actually placed PO is the one on Endgame, which it become more intellectual. But that one is a different story because that one gets combined together with Bruce Banner. So it's like children Hawk, baby Hawk to children Hawk to teenage Hawk, and then at the stage that Bruce and Hawk decide to become one, and then it becomes the latest Hawk in the Endgame. So anyway, that's the story on Hawk, which is my personal perspective. This is how it looks like. The box is huge. The size is similar to the one on the other Hawk, but the design of this particular box is much more colorful and much more vibrant as compared to the old one. Old one is a bit dull, in terms of how the box is created, but this one is quite good. So let's start looking at all the figures. So what I will do is I'll place all the figures on the pool tables, one shot, and then I'll do a simple review of each one of them. So be right back. Okay, I have placed the 4 figures out from the shelf. It's actually not in the box earlier. The box is just for display. Well, on the first day that I got the toys, got the figures, I already placed them in the shelf. If you look at the empty shelf at the back, that's the place I placed Hela, Loki, and also Thor. So what happened now is these 4 guys, right? I'm going to show you guys one by one using a close zoom. I'm going to talk about a little bit what I feel about these characters after I put it into display for more than a year. So let's go from the left. to all the ways to the from right all the way to the left. So this is Hela. So if you look at the face head scrub, right, it looked really a lot alike like the actual one in the movie. The only thing I don't like about this is because I can see the joint at the side, which is here. But other than that, right, the look is actually quite nice, quite perfect, I would say. This is the sword, and I like also the base plate. The name there is actually unlike the old versions of how base is done and how the name is actually placed there, right? This is the way I like about Ragnarok, where the plate is actually designed in such a way. I mean, the old type, like, they actually evolved. I mean, Hot Toys actually evolved in terms of coming out with this. They started off with something like, you know, like this, something like this, to something like this, then to something like this. So they actually changed a fair bit in terms of how the base plate name is actually designed. And this is, I mean, the concept that I like the most. It looks more premium in a way. So this is basically Hela, and this is how I actually place Hela. Okay. Let's look at the back. The only thing is about the joint, which is visible, but if you are able to somehow hide it, it would be good. But I don't think we're able to hide it, you know. Even though if I place this, it will just come out. So that's one point which I don't quite like. I don't quite like to look at joint. So if you are able to hide the joint, right, that would be the best. Okay, next is basically Loki. This is Loki. Me walking to the back, I might as well just pull this to the front and turn it from here. So this is how it looks like. The shirt look very premium. I like this particular uniform. It look very smart one way, and it look very premium also. But one thing about the accessory, it comes with very limited accessory, a short sword, and these things, you know. And this is how it looks like. The hair is those kind of hard hair. It's not those soft one that you can actually move around, that you can gel. So this one you can't do anything about it. And this is how it looks like from the back. Okay, so this is basically Loki. Okay. Oops, drop. Let me just put this back, and then I move this to the front. Okay, next will be Thor. Sorry about just now, I was like thinking to go one shot from Hela, Loki, Thor, and Hawk in one single video, but I can't because the moment I touch Thor, the whole thing's dropped. So I just need to adjust back before taking another video. So I might as well just take another, another video slot just for Thor onward to Hawk. Okay, so this is Hawk. This is Thor, and what happened is for Thor, right, it comes with a lot of accessories. The shields, there's also sword, there's also, I don't know what you call this, you know, and then you also have the Diabolo. You know, Diabolo appear in the early stage of the movies, whereby Thor actually break into the Diabolo layer and then slaughter Diabolo, and then leave his place with this, I think the Diabolo head or something. So normally people actually put this at the back. He's like wearing it, or some people just put it at the side. That's what I do lah. Normally I will just put it this way. This is how I display Thor. So the whole Thor, right, come with a lot of magnetics attachment. So basically the head is magnetic, so it's like you plug it, the helmet is magnetic, you plug it, you can put it back. The same goes to the hair. The sword at the back here is also magnetic. You can actually take it out like that. You can actually plug it back. And then it's like a real sword. You know, you can have a small sword at the back. You can slide it inside. So this is how I display Thor. You can actually remove the helmet and just remain the hair there. But I just want to put the helmet on because, you know, if you look at the whole Ragnarok series itself, I think helmet is one of the movie representations in this Ragnarok. So, you know, if you look at Hulk, there's a helmet. The god of mischief with his own helmets there too, and then Hela, and also Thor when he was somehow caught and then forced to fight Hulk, he was given this helmet too. So a close-up on Thor. This is how it looks like. The head sculpt is magnificent. This is how it looks like, the body and the Diablo. This is actually one of my favorites. Okay, last, Hawk. So this is where Hawk start to talk more in this movie. So if you look at Hawk, this is also the one and only Hawk with a lot of weapons, with helmets, with the body armors. So this is one of it. I mean, even some tattoo. I'm not sure whether that is tattoo. You call it as tattoo. I don't think that is called tattoo, but with some certain drawings on the bodies. So this is how Hawk look like. I think it comes with 2 head sculpt, if not mistaken. I need to check back on the box, but this is how it looks like. I like the back look for this particular Hawk, and then the weapon itself is huge, so it looks very good when you actually sort of like display them. So you can do a lot of different kind of like display method with it. Rather than like the conventional Hawk, you have very limited things that you can do. For instance, this guy, you know, you have quite limited things that you can do. I mean, this for me is the best pose of Hawk already. This is the best pose personally for me. But yet, you have limited pose that you can do with it because there's no weapon, there's nothing much there to play around with. Unlike this guy, there is really a lot to play with. But be careful with the helmets. Once you're picking it out and putting it back, right, you might somehow spoil the helmets. I mean, the same goes to this one. The same goes to the Thor version of it. So let's take a close zooms on the figure itself. You see the body armors, you know, with certain body damage. You see the details is excellent, you know. The details is very, very good. Not only the details of the body, but do look at the details of the weapon itself. You see, even the weapons look very, very nice. You see, the hammers, it look extremely good. The pants, the gladiator pants, the gladiator shoes. You know, even the previous Hawk do not wear shoes. The previous Hawk, there's no shoes. At least this is the one and only versions with shoes. I'm hoping there will be shoes. I'm quite sure with the endgame versions. Let's see how it looks like that. So if you are a Hawk lovers, right, this is a Hawk to a must-have Hawk if you are a Hawk lover and you are a Hot Toys collector as well. So this is how the back looks like. Somehow this will need to be taken care of, you know. I can see some of the things is dropping around the display area. Not really a lot. I mean, I've been putting this in the display for more than a year plus. It's still quite okay. One thing about Hawk, right, after I put in display in sort of like this particular pose, right, the leg become a bit loose. So perhaps there are something that can be done to fix the problem. the leg is a bit loose for this particular hog. Okay, so this is basically the 4 figures I have under the Ragnarok series, which for me is one of my most favorite set of collection that I have. I have actually few other set of characters, but this is one of my favorite set, and hope to come in soon will be Valkyrie if Hot Toys decide to release it, and Stanley once it's available. So I think that's it for today, and perhaps a little bit to share on the current COVID situation in Malaysia. As was announced by our Prime Minister yesterday in the news, that the cases actually increased for the past 4 days, from single digit to 2 digits figures, and a lot of local cases as well. So do remember to follow the SOP when you go out. I know that most of us has go back to our normal life. We live like normal as per before, but I'm strongly suggesting that, you know, please follow the SOP. Doing that not only help yourself to prevent from COVID, but to help you and your family and the people surrounding you, you know, to protect them against the current pandemics. It might look like almost to the end over here in Malaysia, but it's not, because of the past 3 or 4 days statistics. But overall in the world, right, the pandemic is still in a very serious situations. So I strongly suggest that when you guys go out, please wear your mask. Please wash your hand when you come home. You know, when you are outside, you know, apply the sanitizer on and off to make sure that you guys are safe. So stay safe for yourself, for your family, for your loved one, and for anyone around you. May you rock again soon. See you. Bye.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.